Good morning. Today is Thursday, January 16th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. The weather is expected to be mostly sunny today, with highs in the cozy mid-60s. Temps will take a dive during the weekend, though, so let's enjoy the bit of warmth while we can. In just a minute on the show, we'll hear how police are investigating an exhibit at a local museum. That investigation is raising questions about the line between art and obscenity. Hear more after the news. The state's highest court will determine whether Southern Methodist University can split from the United Methodist Church, or UMC. SMU changed its founding documents in 2019 to give the school's board full decision-making authority, but a lawsuit from UMC argues it should retain control because the church founded SMU as part of its ministry. SMU split from UMC after it banned LGBTQ+ clergy and prohibited pastors from performing same-sex marriages. An international cancer diagnostics company has opened a West Dallas location. Universal DX has opened a campus in Pegasus Park and is running an FDA trial for blood tests that screen for colorectal cancer. The company's new offices will be located in the recently opened Bridge Labs. In Fort Worth, 4 photographs were removed from an exhibition at the Modern Art Museum amid controversy. Police launched an investigation following allegations from a conservative website and from Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare that called the images child pornography. The case raises questions about the line between art and obscenity. KERA Arts reporter Marquita Fornoff has been following this story and sat down with KERA host Justin Martin.
So, Marquita, to start, what was removed from the galleries and why?
The works are by an artist named Sally Mann. She's from Virginia, but she's well known nationally, especially for photographing her children when they were younger. There were 21 of Mann's photos in the exhibition, and her children are shown naked in the ones that were removed. One photo included her nude daughter jumping on a table, and another showed her son with popsicle drips streaking down his torso, genitals, and legs.
You said she's a well-known artist with a national profile. Have these questions come up before?
Yeah, these photos are actually more than 30 years old. They've been displayed around the country, and they were criticized by the Reverend Billy Graham way back in the 1980s and 90s, which is something the museum made note of in the materials about the exhibition. They also had a mature content warning posted outside.
I'm curious, who took the photos down and where are they now?
Well, we really don't know. Police in Fort Worth confirmed they're investigating, but they haven't said where the photos are now, and neither has the museum.
I imagine this also raises questions about censorship in the arts.
Yes. 2 lawyers I spoke with said there are 3 questions the law looks at when drawing the line between pornography and art. So, does the work appeal to the prurient interest? Basically, is it intended to arouse? Then, does it depict sexual conduct in a patently offensive way? And finally, does the work as a whole lack artistic or political value? Using this test, both said the photographs would not be considered pornographic. Here's Tom Leatherberry. He serves as the director of the First Amendment Clinic at SMU, and he's also represented KERA in the past.
I'm all in favor of people who disagree with art saying they disagree with it and saying what they think of it and voicing their opinions about it. Criminally prosecuting it is a completely different and unconstitutional reaction.
And he says what's happening here is pretty unusual.
So how unusual are we talking? How common is it for museums to receive this type of pushback?
Well, I talked with Michael Opping, who was the chief curator at the Modern for over 20 years. He said curators are usually open to concerns or complaints from the public, but
there's a thin line between that discussion of why that work of art is there and censorship. And when you get into the realm of censorship, then you're going too far. That's not a healthy society.
So complaints are not unusual, but the police investigation is.
So where do things stand now?
The exhibition is open, and there are still 17 of her photos there, as well as several other artists on display. We're waiting to hear about where the rest of the photos are and what happens next with the police investigation. And this all comes after another incident. A few months ago, the Amon Carter Museum of American Art suddenly closed an exhibition that featured work from queer, non-binary, and artists of color, then reopened it with little explanation. Peter Stephenson, another lawyer from SMU, says taking down the man photos could have a chilling effect.
All of those things, they suppress public discourse. They cause people to think twice about participating in the public square. And that's not just an individual harm. It's not just a harm to the museum and to its patrons and to the artists, but it's also a harm to the broader community.
So it's a tense moment in Fort Worth.
That was KERA's Marquita Fornoff talking with host Justin Martin. KERA reached out to County Judge Tim O'Hare for comment and was directed to his statement on social media, which reads in part, "Sexual exploitation of a minor, including under the guise of art, should never be tolerated." O'Hare's full statement can be found at KERAnews.org. The Mavericks lost a close one last night, 116 to 119, as the New Orleans Pelicans secured a rare game-winning block on Spencer Dinwiddie's attempt at a go-ahead layup. The loss is a particularly tough one for three key reasons. As Dallas was leading for much of the fourth quarter, the Pelicans own one of the worst records in the league right now, and Dallas is trying to get any wins they can as they wait for the return of the injured Luka Doncic. They'll go on to play the potentially best team in the league right now, the OKC Thunder, tomorrow night. And the Dallas Stars take on the Canadiens tonight at the AAC. Enjoy a night of jazz at the Kitchen Cafe in Dallas with the Jose Bowen Sextet. Reservations are required. For more information and other fun things to do, visit KERA.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit KERA.org/wakeup. There you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter. You'll get those good morning vibes you need from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.